Hello. Whew. I have been waiting to make this video for such a long time. This is a very late video, but it is also a very special video because it is the first video that I am filming, let me grab it, with my new phone. If you've been on any, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, couple of years, especially the last year, I feel like you've probably noticed that most of my videos involve me just horrified that my phone is going to die in the middle of it. And I keep making comments about like, oh, let me check my phone really quick. Or, oh, I don't think I have too much time left. Long story short, my phone has, my previous phone was an iPhone 6. It had been on its last leg for a very, very long time. At the time of making this video, I think the most current iPhone is like a 16. So mine was obviously very old. And this new one that I got finally is an iPhone 12. So it's still an older one, but it's like a huge upgrade for me. Like it's just wild. And I still feel like I'm going to be a little nervous that I won't have time, but I think I'm just going to have to get used to knowing like, no, this phone actually has space on it. Anyway, with that out of the way, this video is very long overdue. As of right now, it is, or as of the time I'm filming this, it is November 23rd, 2024. And I am going to do a flip through of my 2023 Hobonichis. Now I do the spring start edition, so they do technically go into 2024. So the spring Hobonichis go from April to March of the following year. So it'll say on the cover 2023, but it actually went through. Also, I think I need to let my dog out. Zelda, go lay down. Go lay down. You're fine. Go lay down. You were just outside. Anyway, so I did technically use these this year for 3 months of this year. However, they are, most people do their flip throughs, of the previous years earlier on in the year. And this one just had to come so late because I did not have a phone that could handle a big flip through. Now, granted, I do have 3 planners here. I really would like to try and get them all into one video just because they are older. And then maybe in the new year when I do a flip through of 2024s, I can do, sorry, I'm not super prepared for like how I was going to go about this. I literally keep checking the phone too. I'm like in such a bad habit of doing that anytime I film. Anyway, we're going to try to stay focused. When I do the 2024 flip through, I will probably do them maybe individually, or maybe I'll do like this, like the cousin by itself, and then these two. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I think for this one, I'm just going to do, I think I'm going to do them all together. If I don't, then I guess you'll know that if you're watching this. But, so these are from 2023. I got these in mid-May 2023. So again, they started in April, but I got them mid-May. I literally just said that. Fun fact, I also can edit now if I need to. I probably will still try not to edit too much, just because I don't want to spend a ton of time editing, although I do have fun editing. I just don't think it's where I want my time to go, but obviously sometimes I might need to do some editing, and if I want to, I can now, because I have a phone that can handle it. So these ones are obviously a little bit thinner, and I think I'll do these ones first, but let me just do a quick comparison with my current. So this is my Hobonichi Weeks from 2023, and I am sorry about the glare. It's a rainy day today. If I turn it off, I guess there's still kind of a glare. It's not the worst. It's not the worst, but I just feel like there's better light here. Anyway, so I do apologize for the glare. When I open to the paper, obviously it won't be that bad. But so this is the Hobonichi Weeks. This is what I stuck in my wallet. I had a Moterm cover for it, and I used it kind of as like my on-the-go planner. And this is my current Hobonichi Weeks, and I'm using it for the same thing. Although I do not currently have it in a Moterm planner, I'm actually going to order. I can't remember, but it's a Hobonichi brand. It's the drawer pouch Anna. And I am going to get that and use that as a wallet as well. So that's what this is going to go into. But you can see that this one's a little bit thicker. I had more of a plan for it. I just had been more familiar with how I wanted to use it and stuff. So that's that one right now. And then this was my 2023, gosh, that glare's really bad. This was my 2023. This is the A6 Hobonichi, or the original. And it was my faith morning time spiritual prayer journal for, again, starting in May of 2023. This was really special because like it started breaking apart, like the cover on cover, because I had it so full, or I think I kept a prayer book in here or something, and so it like broke this. Normally these are pretty sturdy, but I broke it because I tried to shove too much in this back pocket. But it was cool for me because I didn't feel the need to go and buy another one. I don't know, these Hobonichis are just so special to me, and so I'm really glad that I'm sticking with them that I stuck with them through this year, and that I'm planning on using them again in 2025. Because they've just really meant a lot to me, and they're the longest planner I've ever been in for one, for a period of time, or at once. I think now it's almost been 2 years that I've been in Hobonichis. So this is my current one. This was in a red Moterm cover. There was about 1 month not long ago that I decided I was gonna try something else, and I obviously ended up returning to the Hobonichi, which I'm very grateful for. But when I tried to put this back into the red Moterm, I just wasn't feeling it. And maybe I'll explain that more in the video that I do the flip through on 2024s, but I just really wasn't feeling it. So I think I might actually order another one of these for the last 4 months of this. Part of me is like, why get one for the last 4 months? But then I know when it comes to like archiving it, I'm gonna want to put it, I don't know, I'm gonna want it to be in its own thing. I don't know. I get one of these for each book. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, you can see it's, these are, I don't know, maybe about the same. I am missing about 3 months worth in my 2023 Hobonichis because I paused them for about, or I tried to use something else for about 3 months. So anyway, this is the A6. And then, sorry, let me grab. So then this was my 2023 Cousin, which was the first one I got. And this, you can see it was pretty thick. And again, I used it for all but 3 months. This is my current one, and the cover won't even close because it is so thick, and I still have 4 months to go. But you can obviously see the difference. And I'm one of those people who, I love the chunky Hobonichi. I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. I love everything about it. So I'm really excited to go to flip through this when the time comes. But for now, we're gonna stick with the 2023 one. So without further ado, I think I'm gonna start with the weeks. Let me just get a drink of coffee really quick. I'll probably make a slurping sound, so if you don't like that, please forgive me. Oh, I didn't. I did it okay. I didn't make a slurping sound. These cups, by the way, are, I don't know, I don't want to spill it. They're like from the late 80s, early 90s. My husband grew up with these Christmas cups, and when we got married, we like inherited them. I mean, I say inherited, his parents are still alive, but his mom gave them to us. And actually, I just had one that broke. The handle finally broke off, but it was such a clean break. It's not even sharp. So we're going to save it and just use it as like a, like a handheld mug, kind of like that. But anyway, so that's what that is. We use them every year. We're always excited. Okay. Now refocusing to the 2023 Hobonichi Weeks. And again, that glare is, I don't remember what cover this was called. I think I wrote it down. Oh, this cover was the light purple. And there's like a little, I don't know if you can see, there's like a little bit of a, oh, it's not on the side, it must have fallen out. But up here you can see the little remnants of a flower my son gave me, and I stuck that in there. Okay, also, I don't think I have anything private in any of these, and if I do, I have editing things now, so I can cover it up. This was actually from 2022. I don't know why I stuck it in here, but we were playing Phase 10 on an Oregon Coast trip with our family, and I just kept the, our score sheet, and I just stuck it in there. This Jamba Juice thing. This pocket always comes with the Perchance to Dream by Charles Beaumont. I started reading that, and I actually haven't finished it, but I loved it. Okay, so flipping through, I didn't really know what to do with, I I don't know what this is called, but like kind of the yearly overview. I didn't really know what to do with it. I thought about, you can see I have little notes throughout like what I could use certain things for. I thought about using it as like a spending, you know, what I spent every day, or what my income was, or whatever. A lot of people use them as health trackers. I'm not a big tracker person. I love the idea of it. The only thing that I really consistently keep track of, I would say, is my word count when I'm writing. If this is the first video of mine you're watching, I am kind of like, I mean, I am a writer. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I just never really figured out anything to do with this. The monthlies, obviously this month had already passed by the time I started using them. And I think ideally I'd wanted to use them as a budget tracker because I wanted this to be my on-the-go planner, and I just never did. Sorry, that was my husband. It's a Saturday and the first day of Thanksgiving break, and my husband took the week off too, so we are all just chilling today. Okay, so these were stickers from Cracker Jacks at the fireworks for 4th of July. We went to Wyoming this month. So again, I just never really figured out a way to use this. I thought, again, for like tracking meals or spending. I thought about using it as a homeschool planner at one point. We're no longer homeschooling, actually, as of about 2 months ago now, a month and a half ago. My son is going to public school and loving it, so that's great. But yeah, so I thought about a lot of different things. I started writing paydays. I made 2 dreadlocks today. I both like them, and I'm not sure if I'll keep them. I used to have dreadlocks, and when I was like in my early 20s, for not very long because it's hard to work to keep nice looking dreadlocks. But I was kind of missing them, and I made 2 like underneath my hair, and I kept them in for like a day. And I really liked them, but I was like, I don't know. Okay, so this was, I think, oh, this was just a sample spread. I liked the alliteration of like labels like happenings, homeschool, having, like for a menu. Another sample spread. A lot of these were just sample spreads because I just didn't have I didn't need to start them early. All of my early, I like to have some things that connect all of my Hobonichis. So like you'll notice, even though I started all of these actually way later than April when they were starting, I went through and I marked where Pascha, Pascha is like Orthodox Easter, and I marked through. So like, see, I had like I used the same paper, and I do the same thing in here somewhere. Not that any of this matters, but it's fun. I've been waiting a long time to make this video, guys, so it's gonna be a lot of stuff. So you can see that I have, like, I kind of just wanted some cohesion. And there's a couple other things that happened throughout the year that I did that. Like, I think the Church New Year I did that, just to kind of keep them connected somehow. So, like, these are the ones from that year, from the time period. This year I did it on the outside of the planner, which probably makes more sense to do. But anyway, so I didn't really start using this until, let's see, I think I got the Hobonichi Weeks later. I think I got it, yeah, like closer to June probably. Oh, right here, June 29th. I got the Hobonichi Weeks on June 29th of 2023. So I started this one the latest. So I'll just flip through. I made like a packing list. We were going to go to Wyoming, or somewhere. I don't know where we were going to go. Where were we going to go? What was that for? Things I like to do. Sorry, let me just say instant coffee. Oh, this was the Wyoming trip week. So I made a packing list. If you're not familiar with the Hobonichi Weeks, it is the days horizontally on this side with a Monday start, and then a grid page on this side, and you might be able to tell there's like a light line that kind of goes down. It's almost like a hidden line. So anyway, it was really, there isn't even really much to flip through here. Church New Year, this was another one that I did. I tried to match them, and I'll just show it really quick while I'm thinking about it. Church New Year. So the Orthodox Church New Year is September 1st. And so I tried to like kind of, I used the same letter, letter stickers and kind of the same sticker book and all that. So that was another example of trying to keep them kind of cohesive. There's really not much to flip through on my weeks, to be quite honest. Also, I'm checking the time. I'm at 15 minutes. So anyway, yeah, like I said, not much to flip through. Here's where I stopped using it for about 3 months. And then I picked up again in the middle. I stopped using it middle of October, and then I started using it again in mid-January. So yeah, that's about 3 months that I didn't use any of these. And then I picked them back up in mid-January, and the rest is history. So yeah, there's just really not much. It's pretty self-explanatory. I changed them. I changed Dune. We went to Dune. This was the end of it, actually. I think right here, pretty close. By God's grace, I did it. This was the last week in this planner. So missed 3 months, but I still count that as a win, especially for me. I had listed it. So then the Hobonichi has, the weeks has a section of note pages. I just have the regular one, so it's got about that many note pages. There's also a mega, which I want to say is like double or triple this. I've only ever had the regular, and I honestly think that's fine for me because I obviously don't. This one I use quite a bit. The other one I've now had for a decent amount of time, and I haven't used half of them. So I think I'm just going to stick with the weeks. I had written out sample menu ideas for like, in the Orthodox Church, we have different fasting periods. And so like when there's a fasting period versus a non-fasting period, I'd taken some notes from a podcast I think I was listening to on the way to Wyoming. Places to go, just some trips, some camping ideas, things we would want for camping, KOA, what to bring to a KOA. That was my first time staying at a KOA, and I loved it. I actually went to a writing retreat the following year. Or no, not even the following year, just several months later. It was the same year. It was in 2023. I went in September. In fact, I might even have that in the September section in this. Let's see. Yeah, right here. This was my writing retreat. I went to a KOA. Here locally. So, planning our North Idaho road trip. We wanted to take a big road trip July of 2024. That did not happen. Just some quotes, do not buy list, just a lot of note type things. There's really nothing too exciting. What's that? Oh, ideas for my 2024 weeks back pages, which I think I highlighted the ones that I actually made or that I was serious about. I'm not really sure actually. Oh, these were like personality things I was doing with my sister, like our fashion personalities, just one of those dumb quizzes, and we were just having fun figuring out what we were. Notes from a homily from church. These are nice to have with you because if I don't have something I can just jot down notes. This year also, you'll notice on all of these, I ordered them all from Jet Pens. This upcoming year is actually going to be my first year I order anything from the official Hobonichis store, and I'm very excited about it. But Jet Pens, I love ordering from. They have these fun little comics that come on your invoice for every order. And because I ordered all 3 of these separately, I have one in each of them. For 2024, I ordered them all at the same time. So I only have one, and I put it in my cousin because my cousin's like my main one. But this year was fun because I have one in each one. And then I wrote which cover this was, and it was the light purple one. These were name tags from our family reunion in Wyoming. There's an old insurance card that I don't think applies anymore. And I'm not just saying that because I think it just got shown on the internet. I literally don't think it works anymore. I think we have a different one now. And then these were our name tags, and my son accidentally threw his away, and I was really bummed because I'm like, no, I could have had all of them. But anyway, that's the weeks. We are 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes in. Okay, I get to do another one. So this one is, like I said, my faith prayer one. This one, again, I don't think there's anything like super private in here. I don't think I give a lot of like details on anything, but we'll just see. Now this used to be, also, did I write down I think I'll see it in this later if I did. Because I think I also had written down like okay, so like on this one, I know I'm not in this one yet, but because the Hobonichi Cousin and original are like, they look the same, I wrote down what cover the cover itself was. So this one was the clear black and blue. So they just call it you know, black and clear blue, I guess. I actually don't really like this color blue, but it worked for the year that I was in it. It's just not my shade. This more muted one is much more me. This one's just a little too bright, I guess, or warm. I don't know. What do I know? So this was full. It had a lot more stuff in it. I'm going to take a quick drink of coffee. I work at a school now. I work for the public school system. That was a big change too. I'll do like an update video one of these days, but I had been homeschooling my son. I've pretty much been at home, save like a semester that I worked at another school, and my son was at that same school back in 2021. And other than that, I've pretty much been a homemaker and homeschool mom for like 10 years. And so we just, my son he started public school this year, and I started working for the public school system as well. And it's just been a game changer. It's been so good for us. And I don't think it would have been the right time last year, but it was time this year, and we just couldn't be happier with the switch. So that's been our experience with public school. Has been very good, actually. So we're grateful for that. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on that tangent. Point is, I had a bunch of things in these pockets all year long. And when I moved out of this into my other one, which again, like I said, when I first moved out, I had them in I had this in a cover. I had moved a lot of those things into that cover. And then the idea was to just, you know, put this one away. And now, on one level, like some of the things it makes sense to take out, because if they're things that I can reuse, but if they were specific to this planner or things that I used, I would have kept them in here. But I think this one was pretty generic. So anyway, it stays in the cover, and some people might think that's wasteful to keep this cover just on it and not do anything with it when I could just buy a new one of these and reuse it. But I feel like the cover goes with the year. So that's just my little... That's what I've done. And my husband doesn't mind because I found something that works for me. So he's happy that it works. Okay, so then I go ahead and I start in here. Oh, and like I said, I put just a couple. This was my first one, so I didn't really know how to decorate it or how I wanted to decorate it. So I just put a couple stickers on there. Same with this. By the way, any stickers I have, if I remember to do it, I'll put where I got them from in the description. This sticker came from an Etsy shop called This and That Homestead, which is now, I think, on a break currently, but I think they're still like a shop. I just think they're taking a break right now. I think this was an Agenda 52 sticker. These were Agenda 52 stickers. Anyway. Okay, so I've got an icon. I've got a little excerpt from the Canon of St. Andrew, a quote from St. Porphyrios. This was kind of one of my not my first attempt at mixed media. I've done mixed media before, but I've been trying to do a lot more mixed media lately, and this was one I did a long time ago, or, you know, a year ago. A quote: "We should try to live in such a way that if the Gospels were lost, they could be rewritten by looking at us." Haha, I do not do that, but that's a great quote. Okay, so those... For 2024, I was trying to think of ideas for what I could do with these pages. I just didn't know in 2023, and I don't know now. I barely use these pages at all, so I'll figure out something for them. They're great pages. I just don't know what to do with them. But my idea initially was like, oh, I'll put the vice next to like this, like, you know, some people call them like the 7 deadly sins, or like the major vices next to the you know, opposite virtues or whatever, right? It's like pride and humility, greed and generosity. And my idea was, I could write down little quotes about those things, or, you know, I don't know, Bible verses, or just, I don't know, a list of how to avoid and how to do it. But I just never did. So St. Porphyrios' tips for upbringing of children, all of these kinds of images I find on Pinterest. Things I need help with. I just made a big, kind of like a brain dump list of just everything from spiritual to non-spiritual things that I just was like, I need the Lord's help. I think I have things like, you know, praying. So like I have spiritual things, but then I also have things like cleaning my house, and just, it was everything that was overwhelming me. You know, not worrying about things I can't control, being a wife and mom, writing, too many project ideas, executive function, just like basically anything that I felt like it was just overwhelming me. So I just made a big list of things that I needed help with. Then did I do anything with that list? No, but I made it. Some quotes. Okay, I'll try to flip through this a little bit faster. So this was a meeting I had with my priest. I use the monthly pages for gratitude. So I just go in here and I write, I just would write my gratitude for that month, like, or for that day. And you can see, like, some months I was better at it than others. Sometimes I would forget, but that was the idea, was to keep up with the gratitude. And then I thought of obviously some other monthly ideas I could do. This was when I was not using it, obviously, so I stuck this in here, I think, after I started using it again. And then I went back and did, like, some back planning, like, oh, I was thankful for my son's birthday, but that was literally it. Like, that was the only thing I wrote, because some of that was, like, my, you know, my husband's birthday. Those were things I back planned after I started using it again. Yeah, so then January, you can tell that's when I started using it again. Still kind of not as, I started using it here, so, like, this, you know, week I wasn't as, consistent, but then I started getting more consistent, and then, you know, it kind of breaks up. It just depends. And then I left this here because I stopped. And so then I made a list of, like, childlike attributes. A lot of these front pages, like, this is an extra month that's not, Hobonichis is great because they give you a few extra months, like monthly pages, but if I'm not using those, I just will cover them up with other paper and make them extra note pages. So, obviously, I don't feel like, what is this? This is, oh, these were notes from a book. I obviously don't feel like I can't, I'm pretty open. I don't feel like I can't share anything, but since it is like a journal and I'm a prayer journal, I don't think I really have anything. I obviously never wrote anything on these pages, but the idea was that they would just be extra note pages. Also, I feel like I'm starting to get a cold. I can tell in my throat. So, some quotes. Oh, there's those, the virtues and vices I was talking about. I love St. Maria of Paris. Quote, St. Maria of Paris quote again, some more quotes. So again, these were just me filling up note pages. A lot of these are blank because I just started using them later. So you've got a lot of blank pages up until I really start using it fairly regularly. I think I got this maybe in early June. How can I draw closer to Christ? I do a lot of these tip-ins, like extra pages. So now I'll just kind of start flipping through. I always tape in, well, I say that, I did not tape this one in, but usually I'll add in like some tape for things like this because I just don't want to lose them because they're part of the book, you know, but so usually I add in tape, but I didn't on this one. So, okay, so I'll just start flipping through. These are, just keep in mind, prayers, journal entries, notes, from all kinds of things, books, homilies. Homily is another word for like a sermon. They are prayers, journal entries, you know, notes from books. I pretty much already said that. But that's pretty much what it is. And it's just what I do in the morning. Maybe it's a Bible verse or whatever. This was like, I was obviously running out of paper or like room for whatever I was writing about. Okay, this like a little extra tip in there to just add a little extra writing space. Here on the monthly page, I just was going to mark that I started reading a book. I don't know if I actually started reading. I was already reading it then, so I don't know why I marked it here, but oh, maybe I started reading it there. Why didn't I mark it off then? I should have marked it off. I started reading it. There we go. I started. Okay, so a lot of quotes, some stickers. Here's some more little tip-ins when I just add, when I need some extra space for journaling. I use it as a check mark, like we have daily readings, and so I would just like, you know, not every page, but like a lot of, for a good chunk of time, like I would write the daily readings at the top and then I would mark them off after I read them. Not like as a checklist, but just, okay, I read today's daily readings, I guess, you know. Just try and stay on top of it. A lot of quotes. There's not a ton of writing space, so like sometimes if I have a lot to say, I'll write smaller, but then other times if I don't have a lot to say, I'll just add a quote or something from that day. That's fun. So yeah, I'm just sticking through. I guess I could go a little slower in case anybody wants to. That's fun. I don't remember doing that. So this was during Dormition fast. Dormition is a 2-week fast leading up to the falling asleep or death of the Theotokos. And blue is the color associated with the Theotokos. And so I write in blue for those 2 weeks from the 8th through the 15th. I did it in this one too. And I am going to get a new, where is it in this one? It's somewhere. It's back here. Maybe. Yeah, you can see like I got my blue writing there. So, okay, so that was this. And I had made little tabs for my 2023 ones, and I did not make tabs for, oh, I did make tabs for my weeks, just because of the way it's set up. But, I don't know if I'll do tabs again. Oh, look at the little blue cup. That's so cute. Little stickers. Okay, so pretty much, you kind of get the idea. And like I said, I'm at 30 minutes and I'm still filming. It's incredible. So on these, if I run out of room and I have to tape something in, I'll usually just draw like a little arrow. I don't know if you can see. And it just like, as if it's not already obvious, it's just to imply that, oh, this picks up right there. And then I tape it in. And then I didn't with this one, but a lot of times I'll date the actual paper too, just because I think, oh, in case it falls out, or these were things I wanted to, like, areas of my life I wanted to focus on, like goals or whatever, like goal categories. There's the Nativity of the Theotokos. So yeah, Exaltation of the Cross. This was a rose and a bay leaf from the church that I stuck in here. And then this was where I kind of, no, it wasn't until October that I stopped using. So I just didn't write those days, and I just don't worry about it. You know, I read the daily readings and I just obviously didn't have anything to say, and that's okay. Quotes. You get the gist. I did not do anything with the monthly pages, really. And that's something that I don't even remember. I don't think I've gotten too much better in this one. And that's something I really do want to do. So I'm definitely going to be better about that in 2025. That's something I want to do. Is just make it more of an interactive, not interactive, like it's obviously interactive, but just, I don't know, I want to get more out of it. And I've gotten plenty out of it. I want to be more intentional, I guess, with using it. We're in the, oh, this is when I started using it again. So all of these months I didn't use. So from October 15th to January 16th, I guess, because I started using it again on the 17th. So I did not use it. Oh, this really quick, I had done a sample of like how big the 5-year Hobonichi box sizes are, like on the side. Because I was thinking about getting an A6 size for a journal or for a gratitude journal or whatever for the new year. And I didn't, but I'm glad because I'm getting one this year and I'm very excited about it. I can't wait for that. And I'll explain my reasons for it and stuff when I get it. But anyway, so this is when I started writing in the Hobonichi again. And I had ordered the cherry red cover and it arrived this day for my new one. And I was excited to use it in a couple months. Just like different, you can obviously see I tried a lot of different layouts to kind of just see what would work for me. And the one thing I love about the Hobonichi, and maybe it's because I have ADHD, is I really can just have every day be different. And it's just really nice. Or if I want to try a layout for a while, I can. And then I know you can do that with any notebook, but I don't know, there's just something about the Hobonichi paper I love, and it just makes me so happy. All right, so now we're in February. If you've stuck through this long, you're a trooper. Obviously, I have some tip-ins in there that I added. I always double side tape, just like, or when I say double side tape, I put one piece of tape on this side and one piece of tape on this side. I also only ever buy, for my planner stuff, the gift wrap tape, just because it's so clear and shiny, and I just feel like I prefer it in paper, you know, when I'm using it with paper and stuff. Things that are in my control versus out of my control. All right, I know this is probably kind of boring, but like I said, I'm just embracing the fact that I am still filming 34 minutes later and it's not even beeped at me. Okay, so I think you kind of get the gist. I know that. And we're at almost the end of this one. And yeah, so then you get into, then it's the end. And then you go into the note pages. And in this, there's not a ton of note pages. And just some longer journal entries. Follow up on the job. I don't even know what these were for. Oh, I think I know what job that was for. I'm definitely getting a cold. I can feel it in my throat and my nose. Wonderful. Lovely. Orthodox zines. Oh yeah, and I did start doing that. I was trying to use this 100 page as a list of Orthodox zines that I could make, and I did start doing that. I did not cover all of these pages up. I did in my new one. I just would throw, or I would glue down, cut them down to size and glued them in. This cover was called Lavender Garden. Very pretty. I think you might be able to still find it. And then there's the comic from that Jet Pens order. This was a card I kept in my very first Midori Traveler's Notebook. Well, and I even say that the Traveler's Notebook itself was Webster's Pages brand, but it was my first Traveler's Notebook. And it was really what got me into planning, like creative planning back in 2017. And I had got this from like a little, I think it was actually like an LDS store in the town I lived in at the time. And I stuck that in there. So just because it was kind of nostalgic. Okay. And then I've just kept some things in the back pocket here, like the Great Feast of the Church and just a little thing. So that's that. All right. And now we'll do the big one, the Hobonichis Techo Cousin. This, again, the glare, I've got stickers on the cover, Write Your Way Out of the Dark, Creator of the Universe, Bless the Cycle of This Year, and then a little cutout of an icon. This, we went to the rodeo in Cody, Wyoming, and I stuck the tickets there. I'm not a big rodeo fan. I like Western culture, like, you know, out Western. When I say Western, I mean like, you know what I mean? Like Wyoming, like the West, like the Old West type of thing. I like that culture, but I don't really care for the rodeo because I don't really, the horse stuff's okay. I don't like the bull stuff. I think it's mean. That's just me. Anyway, my husband thought the same thing. We weren't really big fans of that part, but moving on. So this was going to be like my main planner, my journal. That was the idea. So I would say for the most part, that's still what this is. In 2024, my only issue I've run into this year is I've done a lot more. I've actually started doing business things with regards to writing, and I also make zines now, and I sell those on Etsy. And I've just found I did struggle with maybe wondering whether or not this was the best choice for my, you know, but I just didn't want to add another planner to the lineup. I am considering using like an Avec or something like that for the new year for business stuff, but I just don't think I want the hassle of another planner. So I actually have an idea for what I'm going to do in for my business stuff. With regards to that, I'm going to use discs, and I'm really excited about that, and that'll be a project in and of itself. But it's still my main planner, and that's the goal. It's my planner, my journal. It's going to be a little different though, because I will have the 5-year Hobonichi in my planner lineup now, and that'll probably, you know, evolve into something over time. Like it'll probably take some time to like figure out what I'm doing, but it will definitely be, I'm still going to use one of these as my main thing. So, okay. So I put stickers on it. I did not really know how I wanted to decorate it. So I just picked one sticker book and kind of went with the theme. I think I used 2 sticker books. And I did put on the back, like some, this wasn't paper. Well, I mean, it is paper, but it's, no, I actually don't know. I don't remember what I did. For some reason, I thought I put a sticker on the back, but maybe I didn't. Okay, so we've got an icon, the 55 Maxims of the Christian Life from Father Thomas Hopko. This was kind of like a vision board, I guess. I just put some, you know, printouts and ephemera and things like that in here. This was my writer's. I know I've shown this before. This is my writer, my author logo. My brother designed this for me, and I love it so very much. So I covered up the months that had already happened as well as 2025 because I just figured I would only need 2024. And, you know, again, this was 2023. So it was April 2023 through March of 2024. And I obviously just didn't really, these were movies we wanted to see that were coming out. We like to see movies in the theater when we can. I just believe in supporting that. So we saw 3 of the 4. We ended up not seeing Oppenheimer, which I guess I'm okay with having not seen it. But these are the quarterly pages. I was going to use these for kind of like HB90. I also am a big fan of Sarah Cannon's HB90 method for writers. I know I've mentioned that before. And my plan was to use this as my quarterly planning for that, which, I mean, I kind of started to, I used it a bit more like that in my 2024 one, but still not super consistent. So these were a bunch of things I wanted to do for 2023, 2024, and I did a lot of them. And by the grace of God, I did a lot of them, and I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm looking to see if there's any other ones I can check off really quick, but yeah, 2023 was a really good year for me as a writer, and 2024 has been even better, and I'm just very grateful. This is a quote from, I want to say it's like a website called Moms Who Write or something like that, and I copied the quote down, and I made this on Canva. This is like colored vellum, like kind of like, you know, cotton candy sky vellum from like Hobby Lobby or Michaels. But on Canva, I put this quote there, and then I did, like, these were actually, I think if you look, they're like, this one especially, it's got the Canva watermark on it. And I made like a little picture, and it just says, a mom who writes is a dreamer who shows up for her kids and her stories. And I just liked that, so I stuck it there. Some quotes. Okay, so then this whole front section, I'd covered up a lot of the extra months and stuff that weren't being used, and I was going to use these just for writing things, like story ideas. I guess I shouldn't have shown that one, but whatever. Let me see, actually, what do I got? I don't know. I'll look at it later, or maybe I'll cover it up. Some notes on like how to treat writing like a job, some businessy things. I'll take this off. I clipped this because for the months, like I would, you know, obviously have that there, and I'll clip them back, but I did not know how to use it again. I didn't know if I wanted to do meal planning, so I did some of that. I just felt like I didn't want to use it as like marking events and stuff, because I would use that in my weekly part, and I just didn't want to have it double. I wanted to use this more specifically for something else, whether it was going to be homemaking or writing or whatever. So I thought about, you know, doing, you know, HB90 stuff here. I didn't know finances, gardening. Like I was just trying to think of how I wanted to use it. Here I had the idea to make it, but see, it wouldn't work for something like this, because my idea was, oh, I can have a goal for each week, you know, and then focus on that week. And, but like it wouldn't work if there's 5 weeks, right? Because there's no room to do it. So I didn't really do that. I don't think again. Oh yeah, I tried to here. Oh yeah, they were supposed to be my HB90 goals. And that's how I was going to use it, which the truth is I still can. I actually really do like that idea looking at it. It's not a bad idea if I'm not going to use an actual HB90 planner. I was trying to do like, oh, I'll track my meds and stuff like, but I'm not a big tracker. I was thinking I could put, ideas for the weeklies. Like I could do, I think I was thinking about not using it as my planner. Because right about this time was when I actually decided to get a business planner, and I got a passion planner to be my like business planner. And so then I was like, how can I repurpose the weeklies in this? And so I was thinking like, oh, I could do book notes or spiritual, and I was just kind of going through like, how do I redo what I'm doing? There I tried to do my cycle tracking. I just didn't. Thanksgiving break that week. That was when my son, we did try to do Connections Academy, which was like virtual homeschool, but it's like virtual public school. And we did it for a little while, but it was just too much for us at the time. Okay, so then we're into January. This is when I was thinking we'd return to homeschool, so I was thinking about doing homeschool on these pages. That obviously didn't work, and I just really didn't use them the rest of the time. So these were just empty. Okay, where am I at really quick? I'm at 44 minutes. I think I can get this done, guys, in an hour, which is what I was really hoping for. I know that's a long video, but I was hoping to get, if I could do a quick 2023 flip through of all 3 of them. I just felt like that was really nice. That would be a really nice thing to do, just because then it can be done and I've done it, and then I'll maybe be a bit more put together and focused when I do the 2024 flips, because I think I'll probably do those as individual videos at the very least. Maybe not the weeks, because the weeks is pretty self-explanatory, but at least, I don't know, I'll think about it. I'll see how I'm feeling when that time comes. Okay, so these were, I was thinking about doing like goal categories. These were based on the categories from Catherine Hyde. She's an Orthodox writer. She has an article called What is an Orthodox Woman? And they just like kind of goal things I could focus on. These were from another Orthodox woman named Nicole Rokas, and she, they're about like, like creative balance or whatever. This was going to be a weekly menu plan. Clearly didn't happen. This was a weekly chore plan, which I set up kind of like an idea for how the rhythm could go, and I don't think I ever looked at it again. This was, I think I messed, this was an ideal weekly schedule, and then I taped in another one, kind of, like more of a rhythm. I was going to track our homeschool. You can see that didn't go. I stopped tracking after a while because I'm just not a tracker. And this was where I had marked, like I put a thing up here for weeklies, right? So I could just go flip to the weeklies, and then the dailies started back here, and then the monthlies obviously were up here, and that was my idea. And then this was my homeschool spread, so I put the little tab for homeschool. But obviously I didn't really do much with that. Did I do one for writing too? No, I didn't. I did do like a wheel of life. That's that creative balance thing. So I think this was back planning, because I think this was when my Hobonichi got here. So I don't really, yeah, I think this was back planning. But anyway, oh yeah, the new Legend of Zelda game came out, so we had a Zelda party. I started organizing my desk area. Okay, so I tried a lot of different things with my weeklies. I tried to color code. These colors were, I was color coding based on those areas of life from the wheel of like creative life that I just mentioned. So I tried to do that for a while, and it just like kind of at the bottom, like, you know, goals and trackers or whatever. I just didn't end up doing it. So I stopped after a while. Just not a whole lot. These were just, yeah, just, you know, I would make little notes. Like I sat outside with Brent until it got dark, and it was so nice and needed. Like we just sat outside and drank wine and visited, and it was evening time in the summer. It was just nice. Oh, I had tried, okay, so Hobonichi is nice because it tells you the week of the year it is, even in the, but it goes off of the fiscal year, so, which is nice, because even if you get a spring start one, it'll tell you what week it is, even in the middle, like, it's the 19th week of the year, but you're obviously starting it later. Anyway, I just like the way it's set up. I don't know if that made sense. I feel like I'm starting to kind of fade because my, like, literally just hit me while I was filming this. I'm getting a cold. And so I have this coffee, and I don't know if that's the best thing for me right now. Like, orange juice sounds really good all of a sudden. Anyway, oh, this was my last class for my writing workshop that I did. How sad. Oh, that was such a fun season of life. Oh yeah, my classes. That's so good. I love that. That was a life-changing thing I did. Okay, so anyway, the 55 maxims that I put up here at the front, there's 55 of them, obviously, and only 52 weeks in a year. But my idea was, I could cycle through them as best as I could. You know, like the 28th week, here's the 28th maxim, and it was face reality. So, like, how could I do that this week? How could I focus on facing reality this week? So that was my idea there. Okay, so we've got that. We went to Roaring Springs. There aren't a lot of pictures in this one because I didn't, oh, I thought about journaling here a little bit maybe instead, because I was thinking, that's right, I was just thinking about maybe using, I tried to do words of the day from Oxford Dictionary to like increase my vocabulary. And then I was like, I'm just not sure how to use this anymore since I'm using a different planner. Yeah, I was back in the Passion Planner for more business stuff. This was a sample weekly routine. This was me leaving for my retreat at the KOA I'd mentioned. I think I came back to this pretty quickly. Our 12th anniversary was October 1st of 2023. This year was our 23rd, or our 23rd. This year was our 13th anniversary. Today is the 23rd. My son had started chess club. When did he start it? I think that was the first day, right? Yeah, it was after I got back from my retreat. I'm pretty sure. It might have been this week. Maybe it was even before. Was it before? I don't know. If it was in the Passion Planner. Anyway, he did chess club this whole year. He loved it. And now that he's in public school, he's a little bit tired and doesn't really want to do another extracurricular thing, but he loves chess. He's loved it since he was like 5 years old. Okay, so then this is where I stopped using it. So I just, you know, grouped all these together, and then this is where I picked back up. I was excited for the new, and I haven't really been reading through any of these, so hopefully nothing in here is like really private. I don't think it would be, but oops. I don't know why I journaled there all of a sudden, but I decided to journal, I guess. Oh, sample schedule, because I was applying for a job. That's right. So what a sample schedule. It's actually funny, this job that I had applied for, I ended up being the second choice, so I didn't get it. It was so funny. They called me. It was a nonprofit, and they called me and said I was their second choice. But they were curious if I wanted to be on the board, which I thought was so funny, because I'm like, I don't have any, like, why would I be on the board? Like, I'm nobody in this community. Like, I'm not, like, literally, like, nobody knows who I am. I don't have any money. Like, I'm not, like, wealthy. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't want me to be on the board. I'm like, I don't know. But I turned it down just because I didn't have the mental capacity to do that. If I wasn't going to be you know, whatever. Anyway, it's so funny because the job I have now, working at the public school, is 8 to 2. So it's pretty similar to that. And it's every day, but still, it's funny that that's my, and we were going to still try and homeschool. I couldn't have done it. I'm so glad we, I'm so glad we, are doing what we're doing right now. Lent began this week. Sorry guys, I'm starting to fade a little bit because, and not because the video is long. I actually really love a long video, but I just really started hitting me. I'm going to get through it though. I still have so much to do, but we're going to do it. All right, spring. Okay, so this, even though it's right after the weeklies, I wrote this in May of 2023, even though at this point it's March, right, of 2024. This was what I had written when I did a whole big thing of like what happened in 2022. 2022 was really such a formative year for me as well. The last few years have just been really good for me. They've just been very life-changing for a lot of ways. And anyway, so I just journaled about that and then journaled about, you know, coming into the Hobonichis and just starting. Well, I don't even know if I did. Yeah, I did. I think I mentioned it a little bit, but basically just where I'm at now. Like, and we're going into a new season. So these were like my core values. I did like a test thing, and I just wrote about how I would want to live those out, kind of a thing. And obviously, like, there's so many different tests like this. There's, you know, I mean, I would say I value all of these things. Are they my core values? Probably, I guess. But anyway, this was a pin test page I did. This, I guess, would probably be considered the most private thing. It was just our budget. And if you really want to zoom in on those, I guess you can. But it's changed a lot, and we don't do our budget this way. I mean, we still kind of do actually do our budget this way. But I had done like I looked up like the poverty guidelines of like for a family of 3 and a family of 4. And like, I thought like just where we were at financially, I was like, I would really like to try and live below our means. And even though we still are not by any means, like, we weren't making much more than this, but it was like more, it's so funny because we weren't on the poverty line, but at the same time, like, it felt like we were, you know? Anyway, but I was like, how can we maybe try and budget almost off of this? Like, could we live off of this if we weren't making what we were making? And again, we were really only making just a little bit more than the poverty guideline for a family of 4, and we're a family of 3. So, you know, anyway, I just liked the idea of like, how could we try? I was laughing at myself, like, could we live off of $800 a month? And I just laughed, like, no, we couldn't. Like, so gosh, kudos to people that are living on the poverty line and are making it work, because we're on paper not on the poverty line, and it's still hard. So I can't imagine what it would be like. Yeah, it's hard. But anyway, moving on. So this was supposed to be like my budget. Like, I was going to do financial goals. We didn't do that. Not in here. How to cultivate the desire to be a better Orthodox Christian mother. I got that from some website. This was, I wanted to make a forest garden, which that is in our backyard, which I did destroy our yard, but now it is more of a, I'm trying to go more the like native plant xeriscaping route. We do have some trees now, which is nice. I did not do a garden this last year. This was my first year in a long time not doing a garden, and I was glad I didn't. I just wouldn't have had the mental capacity to do it, and it's just not what we're doing anymore. I really wanted to do the like homestead thing for a long time, and I kind of just got to a point where, and I don't know, I kind of just got to the point where I was like, it's a lot of work, and I definitely appreciate natural living and all that, but I was just like, I don't know. Like, I'm not, if I want to focus my creativity, I wanted to focus my creative energy on writing, and it just wasn't, I wasn't going to be able to do both at the same time in this season of my life. So anyway, this was like a Sarah Cannon's Writer Reset, and so I was going to do that here. This was like going to be some quarterly stuff. This is from that Creative Life Wheel. Growing ways to grow as a writer. Oh, and I wanted to track these things in my 2024, which I did not do, but I do love these ideas. It's like, daily, you can read a short story, poem, or essay. Weekly, you can write a short story and watch 3 movies. Monthly, you read at least 1 novel and 1 craft book. Or you yearly write 1 novel. And I don't know, I would really love to try and do something like that. Okay, now we get into the dailies that I'm actually using. Well, for the most part, like I said, this started in May, but some of this is all back planned in May. In May, I back planned this. So we had gone to see the Super Mario movie. This was supposed to be a writing spread, like an idea spread. I just never did anything with it. Blog posts and Substack ideas. Not really sure what these were supposed to be. Just quotes, I guess. Instagram and Facebook post ideas, because again, I had this when I was really just starting to like pursue business stuff more from a writer's perspective, and so yeah, I don't know what this was. Oh, that was that Creative Life. How can I turn west? Okay. These that were like purple, I think were all supposed to be, I don't know if they were supposed to be writing related or just extra note pages. I'm not sure. Okay, May 9th was when this planner arrived. And so this was my first intro, or my first entry into any Hobonichi ever. And I loved the smell of this planner. So yeah, and I wrote like, I'm in the experimental phase, but I'm just loving everything about it. I wrote, I could seriously cry. Where has this been all my life? Sometimes things like this, it makes me sad, because I'm like, sad's probably not the right word, but sometimes I think, man, if I discovered this sooner, I could have had so many of these just full of memories and things, but it's all right. I started now. Okay, so, and it was so fun because everything was just experimental. And I remember like, okay, I did my day in this, and then I could just move on, and everything was kind of different. This was when we got, our new Metropolitan was, I guess, ordained. He's already, his enthronement, not ordained. He's already ordained. But these were notes from his address he gave. And then homily notes on Mother's Day. I was still trying to do, you can see, like, have everything in here. Like, I was trying to make this, like, my spiritual, and my planner, and everything, and my journal. And ideally, I would love to do that. I just eventually, though, needed more room, and that's why I obviously ended up getting, because, yeah, I was still doing, like spiritual stuff here, and then also trying to, like, use it as a planner. And I loved that. But, and this was really nice. Oh, I started watching season 1 of From. Oh my gosh, what's so funny is I've already decorated. Oh no, I dropped my, so that's so funny. I started watching season 1 of From May 21st. And I actually have the season 3 finale of From is on this Sunday, tomorrow. And I made a little spread for it because I was so excited. My husband and I are so excited to watch that show. We're so excited for the finale of this season. And that's just so fun. So it's just things like that that are just really fun, little memories. This was a sample spread I tried. So this was like journaling. Okay. Oh, this was a little tip-in from like something from the church service that day. Serial brainstorm. Focus. Yeah. Oh, this is when I got my ABN. And I felt like, wow, like I feel like I'm officially a business owner. Like, it's just wild. You know, that's so special. Anyway, so this was a really special year for me. Just a lot of things. Brent was off work this day. So I was still doing a lot of spiritual journaling in here too. And I'm sure here eventually it'll note when I got my A6. And I'm sure, oh wait, I think it was right there. Oh, I can't wait for my A6 to arrive. I still think I might want a Hobo Weeks for a wallet setup, but it might not be necessary. On a side note, for each full week of June, I want to enter the Readsy prompt contest. I don't know if I did it every week of June, but I entered 3 Readsy prompt contests that summer. This was my inspo board for for my first one I did. We saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Today, my Hobonichis A6 is arriving. I'm so excited to have a separate space for my faith, journaling, and prayers, and study notes. And then to make this one my writing/personal planner and journal. I want to use them both together, of course, but I think it'll help me to better organize my projects, goals, and tasks. This way I can really use this one for HB90 and such. Which is fun, but actually kind of a bummer. Like, actually seeing how full these pages were is kind of nice to see. Like, oh, I could have kept trying maybe. Oh, today was my first official day using my A6 for my spiritual journaling, and even though I ran out of room and had to use a sticky note, it was so good. I'm so glad I have it and think it'll really aid in my focus and planning as well as in my overall spiritual health. Thank you, Lord. Oh, and this is where, okay, so with Sarah Cannon's HB90, I can't stop on this for everyone because I'm already at 1 hour and 2 minutes. But I would do like, what do I want to do today? So she has a thing like to brain dump, like what you want to do, what you need to do, and what you should do. And, or like rather what's in your mind, like what should I do? What do I want to do? What do I need to do? And so I was like, I should do that for the day. Like, what do I want to do each day? What do I need to do that day? What should I do that day? Clearly I did it one day. I never did it again. This was my mood board or idea board for this other Readsy prompt that I no, I never finished this one. And that story was one I actually really enjoyed. I should go finish that one. I liked that one a lot. That was a fun one. But I didn't submit that one. Okay, so then I was doing tasks. This was a running list of things that I wanted and needed to do. We had a fire pit tonight. I did a little doodle. Oh yeah, because like I needed more space, and so I was trying to figure out how I could add more storage space. We don't have a lot of storage space in our house. And I needed like more space for things. And so I just drew something out, like what I could do. And we actually have something like that now. So it's just cool to see little things like that over time. These were how I wanted to use each of my plans. I'm wondering if I have a fever. I'm starting to feel kind of achy too. Holy cow. I think I'm all right. I think I'm good. My husband was in Alaska. He was in Alaska during this week, obviously, and so he was going to come home today. He brought me flowers. My son and I had also went to go see an air show, so we got that from there. That was fun. It was Father's Day. Oh, we were sick that day, too. Did I mention that we were sick that day? Oh, yeah. I stayed home from church today. So did Brent because he has a cold. Oh, but I'm feeling down. Sometimes I stay home when I'm feeling down. I should probably go to church when I'm feeling down. Declan started sleeping in his room finally. He really struggled to sleep in his room for a while. There were a lot of reasons for that. But he started sleeping in his room yesterday. Or, well, you know, last year yesterday. FaceTime my dad for his birthday. It was a sick day that day because I think I caught whatever my husband had. Oh, and then this was when I ordered a week's in cover for my wallet. So cool. That was that. Productivity versus fruitfulness. So last day of the Apostles' Fast. Okay, I'll start kind of going through here. I did not have a plan for the, also I ripped the pages and I just like put tape over it. I don't know if you can see. I don't know. So I didn't really have a plan for a lot of these monthly pages. I don't even know what the other ones look like. I've just been kind of flipping through. I don't even think I noticed. Did I notice for June? What was June's? Oh, just kind of goals, I guess. Personal, writing, business. Okay. Okay. So this one for July, I was like, oh, what I'm reading, works in progress, what I'm listening to, audiobook-wise, and what I'm watching. I did that this time, and I never did it again. Because, again, I just don't track that kind of stuff. I was never big into, like, currently pages. I tried in this. I don't know. It's a cool way to track things. I just don't track things. 4th of July. Some notes and stuff. Oh, this is when we went to Wyoming. So I did not bring this to Wyoming. So when I came home, you'll notice all of this is back planned. I went back through and I just wrote down what we did each day in Wyoming. So I journaled the Wyoming trip, but after we were already home. So that's what that is. Okay. Oh my gosh, I remember this. So the Mission Impossible movie, what was it? Dead Reckoning Part 1. Was it Dead Reckoning Part 1? Yeah. Right? Yeah, anyway, whatever it was. Yeah, it was Dead Reckoning Part 1. It came out. We were going to go see it after our trip from Wyoming. And so I went on this day. We were going to go see it on the 11th. I went on this day to buy tickets ahead of time. And the ticket thing wasn't printing. So the lady just wrote on a piece of paper that this was literally the receipt she gave me. 2 general, 1 child, and her name, Jenna. And I'm like, there was no receipt. There was no proof. It was just literally this piece of paper. The back isn't even, you can just see it's like faded. It's faded receipt paper that you can't even tell. So I'm like, how is this? Like, what is this? So anyway, I was really nice about it, but I'm like, can we try to maybe print them? Because I really like to save my tickets. And so then she put in a new roll and it printed just fine. So that's what these are. But I just thought it was so funny. So I saved it. I just thought it was hilarious. We liked there was a line from the movie I really loved where Ethan says, just know that your life will always be more valuable to me than my own. And Grace, who's a newer character, was like, but you don't even know me. And Ethan said, why would that even matter? And I just thought that was so good. Especially like such a really beautiful line in a Mission Impossible movie. And I love Mission Impossible, but they're obviously popcorn movies, but I also like love the camaraderie of the group. And so I just really thought that was a really great line. Okay, more stuff, cleaning. So this was this that day? Okay, so this is the 16th, but here I obviously didn't write anything, so I made it an extra big journal page, and I just went back and I journaled more from this day. So that's something too, like if you miss days in these, you can always go back and journal. Or make them something else, and that's just what I used. And it's okay to leave them blank too, but sometimes it was fun to go back and just, your extra note pages are limited in these, so it was nice to have that extra whatever, space. Okay, so I'll just start kind of flipping through these, although the memories are so fun to look through. This one takes me a little bit longer to get through because the other ones are pretty self-explanatory. The spiritual one could have some memories too, of course, but more, you know, a lot of them were just quotes and things. Oh, this, okay, so this is something I'll just show for fun right now. So this was July 27th, and we started swim lessons, and it was our first Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle's an ice cream place. It's like a fast food place, but we like their ice cream cones, and we only get them during swimming lessons, and we get them every day. They're like $1.50. So they used to be like 50 cents, and they've definitely increased, but it's still tradition, so we do it. So we get me and my son each get an ice cream cone every day after swim lessons, which it's 2 weeks of swim lessons. So it's a lot of ice cream, but I saved the sleeve from the first cone we got, and I did that in this one too, and it was so much fun. Did we do it in, oh, we did it in June this year. We had to do it earlier. There's a lot more pictures in this year's because I have a sprocket now. I did not have a sprocket here it is. So our first Arctic Circle snow cone, so you can see like the same thing. So that's kind of a fun tradition too that I've done. Okay. Going. Oh, I was trying to keep track of my word counts and I didn't. That was the day we went to Roaring Springs, which was a water park. Refresh my routine. So like these were obviously pages I just didn't write on, so I just made them a big, you know, just journaled about wanting to change my routine, and I just whited it out or covered it in washi tape. Okay, I was trying to do a new spread. Clearly wasn't working great. I went to go see The Last Voyage of the Demeter. I was going to call it The Last Voyage of the Dawn Treader. The Last Voyage of Demeter. I was having planner woes. My mom left me a note. Lasagna might be cheesy. Be careful. Court loves these drinks. She left me dinner, and she left me and my family dinner and drinks, obviously. And she just left a note. And I just thought it was funny. So I taped it in there. She just told me that lasagna might be cheesy. All right, so you'll notice too, here's the Dormition. I wrote in blue ink in my spiritual one. I didn't bother doing that in my cousin. So lots of journals. This was when my son started Connections Academy, which was the online public school for 3rd grade. So he started that. And then, so that was really fun because we would have like outside time every morning, like for a break. And so I would journal while he would go and like ride a scooter, play outside, and we would just sit outside, and it was so nice. So I really enjoyed these spreads actually. These were like passion planner stickers I had gotten for like extra from somewhere, and it was fun. This, I had a journal entry underneath this that I was very angsty in, and for whatever reason, I did not want to remember it. So I might have been like angry or used names. I try not to use names in my journals if it's like, if I'm frustrated or whatever. And maybe I did, I don't know, but I covered it up and made it like with like gumdrops or gummy bears, and was like, I was a bit frazzled and frustrated while writing, and I just didn't want to remember that. Not that I've never written negative things, but it was a bit much this time. Besides, my day improved a lot, so I decided to cover it with something a bit more cheerful. Just a Dostoevsky quote. Rest and recharge. Just more journal entries. So we're right now in August, but this I had left blank. I obviously didn't use it. So then this was September, and I came back and I just did a little check-in. And so I just did it in the middle of the journal because I had that extra space. So I like doing that when I am able to. Oh, I was going to do my new word for the church New Year was resolve. I didn't end up doing that. That's something where even though I started in April, I do kind of like to have like a word for the new year starting in January. Like, I don't know. That's just something. I do like January starts, but there is just something. I like the April start as just because like that's when the springtime feels more, that's when Pascha is, like our Orthodox Easter. So that's like when everything just feels new, and it feels like a better time to start a new year. This was the Exaltation of the Cross, another rose leaf and bay leaf, although this one got so gross looking. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's mold. I don't think it's mold. It's just a dry flower, but I don't know. I made a routine page, but I didn't do anything with it. Just journaling. And I just love it. Sometimes it's just journaling and random notes. Oh, this was kind of when I first discovered Moxie. I mean, I knew what Moxie Life was, but when I was considering getting it, I never really used it before. And I was like, this is great. And I kind of did my own goals. And then I know in one of my last videos, I'll pause right there just because I was going to talk about this. But in one of my last videos, I talked about, using the Moxie Life dot markers in a Hobonichi because I was briefly considering going the Moxie Life route, and I'm just glad I didn't. I just love this too much. But I do like the system, and actually in my 2024 planner, and I'll just show it really quick just to kind of do a quick little comparison. Most of the months, I did not do it. Actually, November has been the first month I haven't done it. Maybe September too. Maybe September, November? I don't know. Where is it? Where's the start of a month? Oh, right here. So I would stick in a Moxie Life monthly goal sheet. And then I would do the compasses at the beginning. And well, I did a whole big thing, like my Moxie Life colors, like for goals. And then I would do for the quarterly pages, if you look underneath somewhere, you can tell. Oh, it's right here. I don't know. It's all a mess. But these are like those quarterly pages, right? From the Hobonichi. And I do the Moxie Life. You can, my compass assessment, you can tell it's like all kinds of crazy. But so I've actually been using Moxie Life goal setting, even though I've not really been great at it. Okay, so after my we were gonna do Harry Potter homeschool stuff because we decided we didn't want to do connections. It was just too much for us at the time after doing years of homeschool. It was just way too much work. Neither my son nor I were ready for it. So we decided to go back to homeschool. And we did a Harry Potter, like a Harry Potter, curriculum, I guess. Like it was all your subjects, but it was like Harry Potter themed. And so we had like a back to school party that was Harry Potter themed. And so I got these chocolate bars, like chocolate bar covers that I printed out and wrapped them around Hershey bars. And, so that was fun. Okay. 12 years, Brent and I have been married. Okay, so October, obviously, I'm going to start kind of falling off. Yep, so this was Brent's birthday, too. Oh, okay, so this was 12 years married on the 1st. 12 years married, and then 13 years together, because we had started dating the year before we got married on that day. And then this, is it wrong to write this in on Brent's birthday? Brent's 36th birthday. Woo! Just so it's there. Because I stopped using it. So then all of these days are blank. And I started using it again. So, oh, well, anyway, so you see, I have the paperclip there. And I started using it January 17th. Of 2024, of this year. So this is when I started using this, and I used it ever since. And I kind of just had a mix. It was kind of a mixed bag of, oh, my son drew me a zebra. He's goofy. Okay. But I love that I can save stuff like this. I don't know. I just loved it. So this week, my cousin got married. We went to this wedding just a couple months ago. So that's so fun. And then, yeah, so just a lot of just plans. And I was trying to think of other things. My husband and I we played a game of golf, which is a card game, and we kept our score. And then that was nor deny I will. They also, I don't know what this is, but we wrote notes. I don't know. Oh, these were those writing goals, or not that, but like these were those. Oh no, writing. Okay, these were just like goal categories I had, I guess. So anyway, this was fun. What does that say? Oh, Minecraft at 4. Me and Declan were playing Minecraft. Declan's my son, obviously. Okay, so I was just doing like I did a birthday wish list. I wanted a Hobonichi 5-year journal set. I did not get it, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I'm getting one this year, and I'm so excited. Because, I guess I could just say it now, but I'm so excited to get it because it will, so the Hobonichi 5 years start in January, and it will start January 2025 and go through December of 2029. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to finish out the decade in it. And so then when 2030 rolls around, I can get another 5-year journal. Or heck, I mean, I could even get a 10-year journal. I think Midori has a 10-year journal, but honestly, I think I'll just stick with Hobonichi, at least for now, unless I hate it. But I could have that for the whole latter half of this decade. And then I could have a, because I had a 3-year journal, and it actually covered 2020 in it as well, which was such a cool thing to have. And I was like, wow, it would have been so fun to have a whole like first half of the 2020s in a 5-year journal. But I'm going to do a lot of, I've just seen a lot of great ideas for the 5-year journal. I don't 100% know yet if I'm going to do, gratitude or what in it, but I think it's going to be a bit more journal focused, so that this can be a bit like journal and memory focused, so that this can be a bit more work and planner focused. That's my idea. We'll see though. I'm just going to see. I'm getting the big one because I need more space for sure. But my friend Amanda sent me get well soon flowers because I had strep. I had never had strep throat in my entire life, and I had strep throat. Where did I write? I don't know. Oh, I ordered my 3 new Hobonichis yesterday. I'm so excited. Because the Hobo Spring release day is February 1st, but Japanese time, I can order them on January 31st. So I was very excited. And yeah, I had strep throat. Where did I write that down? I don't think. Oh yeah, diagnosed with strep throat today. My dad took me to the urgent care and the pharmacy. Thanks, Dad. Because Brent and Declan were at church that day because it was a Sunday. I never had strep throat before. Tell me your ADHD without telling me your ADHD. I just never wrote anything else. My writing plans. Oh yeah, this was like a writing, like Substacks and blog. My zines. I started making zines in 2023. Well, this was 2024, but I started making them in 2023. So just more writing stuff. This was my plan. These were like writing plans I had for Lent. I actually really liked this idea, but I didn't go with it. But it's not a bad idea to kind of keep me on track during such a busy time for us as Lent. I got a lot done, I think, during this time. I had watercolored these pages. I was trying to plan out ideas for what I wanted to do business-wise. Oh, I got an idea from something I saw when I took my dog out to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Finished. So I had not started writing my current serial. I was still trying to write my fantasy serial. And I'd finished the first episode. I think I've actually finished 2 episodes. But I just had kind of gotten to a point where I couldn't do it anymore. Well, these were notes from a talk. I stuffed these in here. It was about writing. Anyway, so that's so fun to see because I hadn't changed. I hadn't decided to start writing what I'm writing now, and I'm just really loving what I'm writing now. Okay, now we're in the last month of this planner. We're almost there, guys. I am at 1 hour and 22 minutes, and I know it's a long one, but oh, bad word. I was obviously not having a good day that day. F, that is all. Sorry, Lord. I just feel so frustrated. And then I just write about it. Oh my gosh. I have my angsty moments. Okay, that was an idea I had for a planner. I've been in a slump. Okay, this was the day before my birthday. Brent and I went to go see Dune, part 2, and then had dinner. And my mom had gotten me for my birthday my HP Sprocket, and I have been using that. It is so funny to see how, like, the color on these, because I feel like it's so dark now. And my sprocket's been acting up a lot. So if anybody knows anything about sprockets, well, no, I guess it's still good. That was just the other day. Okay. Anyway, sometimes I'll print them out and it just feels so dark. Also, it's so dark outside because it's like very gray outside. If I were to turn my light off right now, it's so dark. Wow. Anyway, so my mom got me this sprocket. So this was the first picture I took with it, was of me and my mom. And then I took one of me and, well, first one I printed, obviously I took the picture on my phone, but, and then me and Brent, and then it was my 36th birthday. Declan, oh yeah, Declan, he gave me this great gift. He played Happy Birthday for me on the piano, and then he wrote, "You are a super mom" on his chalkboard. And And it was just so sweet. Like, I just was not expecting it. It was very sweet. I think these were Linton. Oh, yeah, Linton plans. Linton rider reset. I took Declan. Well, Declan and my sister. My sister took me and Declan to go see Frozen. She works at a middle school. And so we went to go see that. So it was her students. So that was fun. And then we went to ice cream afterwards. This is all during Lent. Oh, wait, did I go? Oh, that was before Lent. So, yeah, I was like, okay, I didn't break the fast. Lent didn't start until now. This was, oh, yeah, I started my first editing job for a friend. But my first real paid editing job. That was great. Hey, you, figure out a system or else soy isn't bad for you. Okay, so this was, I just decorated my last week in here with all these bunnies, like for spring. Declan sleeping with Zebra and all his babies, all his little stuffed animals. Spring planner plans. I finished it. Yeah, this was the end. Today's my last day in my 3 original Hobonichis. My 3 original Hobonichis, meaning my first ones. So that's that. And then, this was like an idea I'd had. These were home decor ideas I had. I listed there. This was an idea for like a schedule. This was me trying to design my backyard. I didn't do anything with the favorites. I was doing my weight tracking, which this is actually really cool. I don't mean this in like a bragging way at all because, like, good Lord, I'm not one to brag about being healthy or anything. But I've been tracking my weight. So May 22nd of 2023, I weighed 206 pounds. That was the heaviest I had ever been. Now, so that was, I started tracking it, back then. So sorry, all this stuff's falling out of this one. So May 22nd, 2023, I was 206 pounds. And now as of November 8th of this year, I am 175. So in a little bit over like a year and a half, I've lost, what is that, like, I don't know math, and I can't think right now, but it's what, like almost 30 pounds? Yeah, 206 to 175. So almost 30 pounds in a year. And I am like, it's just, that's like the only thing I've actually continuously tracked. My goal has been 150. It's still in the not necessarily 150, but like in the 150s. And so it's just been really cool to keep track of that because, again, it's the only thing that I consistently track. And it's just cool to actually see changes happening. So that's nice. ADHD, anxiety, and depression. Okay, so those were supposed to be like natural remedies. I was not on my medicine for a big chunk of this time. And then in like August, I went back on my medicine and it changed my life. I was like, why was I off my medicine for so long? It was so rough not being on my medicine. And then I took my medicine. It was like I was a new person again. Everything was so good. In fact, that lasagna note my mom had left me, I think was one of the days that I had been back on my medicine, and my mom had been talking to me that day about like how I'm so much different on my medicine or whatever. Eating well, permaculture stuff, passion planner pages. Okay, yeah, and this was when I was getting my passion planner for my business stuff, and I was trying to have ideas that could just be writing business related. And then I was thinking of also having an admin book or something like that. This covers the black and clear blue. This was a my jet pins order thing. And then back here is just a lot of stuff. My son, what is this? Like a little, oh, that was to Declan from his friend. Okay. So I have like my life book, Hobonichi thing from that. There's the Frozen thing we went to. Just a lot of little, what is this? Oh, this was like a joke from like the Babylon Bee. Parents baffled that 1 hour of youth group a week is not effectively combating teens 30 hours on TikTok. Oh yeah, because we had a pre-Lenten retreat, so these things came from that. There's like a little prayer things in time of need. Clearly, it's getting a lot of use back there. essay topics I wanted to write about. This was obvious. Some cards someone sent me. Your photos? What is this? A bear? I don't know. I'll look through all this later, I guess. But it's just fun to have all this back here. Oh, wait. This is a note my mom left me on my birthday. Happy birthday, Renee. I love you. Thanks for making me a mother. Oh, thanks, Mom. So, oh yeah, stuff I needed for my author photo shoot. Which, like, if I had thought about it, I would have printed off some of those and stuck them in here, which I still could do, I guess. But anyway, so that is that. And then I don't have anything in here, just those rodeo tickets. So that is an hour and a half later. And it's so incredible because I didn't have to worry about it at all, the time-wise. And I don't think all my videos from now on will be this long, but it is nice because I do want to do more planner style videos, and so it's nice to know that I have the space now, because now what I'll do is I'll upload this video to YouTube, then I'll delete it from my phone, and I'll have tons of space again. So I love it. And this is one I won't even edit. I'll just keep it as is. So yeah, this was the very late flip through of my 2023 Spring Start Hobonichis. And look forward to the, look forward to the flip through of my 2024 Hobonichis in about 4 months. But they will hopefully at least be on time. I also hope to do some setup videos of those new Hobonichis. I'm really looking forward to that. I've never, that I can think of, I don't think I've ever done a setup video on camera. So I think I might want to try that. It was really fun to get these out and finally film this, and now I'm going to officially put them away to be put away and just archive them, and it's just a really nice feeling. So I'm very grateful for my new phone, very grateful for Hobonichi and just what a special book they are. And yeah, that's it. All right, well, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. All right, bye.